Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 5 Days Perfected Product Line Challenge. I am so glad that you are here. I am Julia Kelleher and excited to be part of this and help you guys figure out your product line. So we are on day 3. Yes, so fun. I know it's overwhelming at times, but it doesn't have to be, and that's the whole point of this. I don't want it to be overwhelming at all for you. So if you've been following along, we've gone through day 1. Hello, Megan. How are you? If you note, we've been doing this for two days now. Day 1 was all about building your brand, revisiting your identity, and researching your regional market to see how you can influence some of those styles into, or at least design styles into what you do in your own business. Then yesterday was all about researching labs and finding which ones may be good print partners for you, and talking about, if you're just starting this process, how to keep things limited and just do 1 or 2 labs. And if you're more advanced, you want to think about kind of editing your product line and pulling out things that aren't working for you, adding things that do work, making things a little bit more unique, and going for those boutique labs that will offer products and services to you that your client can't create on their own. So hello, Yo from Belgium. Megan, she just asked how am I doing? I'm good. It's a little crazy around here. My house inspection is tomorrow, so please pray, cross your fingers, say a little prayer that we pass, and we will get temporary certification of occupancy, which is what we've been hoping for. Blanca's in Belgium too. Yay! Kathleen, hello. April is here. I love it. So is Patty and Allison. Love that. Debbie, good morning, good afternoon. How is everyone? Okay, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to start looking at today's topic. Today is an easier day. It's all about just, now that we've researched our labs, looked at the products they carry, that now we want to just narrow that down and try and start saying, okay, what actual products am I going to put on my list? Which ones are going to be the ones that will work in my business and that I can confidently carry? Okay. Hello, Jessica. Let me go ahead and share screen. Hello from Sweden. Hi, Anna. And yeah, let's get right to it here. So it is Perfect Your Product Line. Welcome, welcome to day 3. So go ahead and download the workbook if you haven't already. You can find the download inside the Facebook group. I think Chelsea has posted it already. Excuse me. Or you can download it from the email when you signed up for the challenge. It should be there, and it should be in the daily emails that you're getting if you did register for the challenge. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Donna. Cheryl. Christina's here. Alicia's here. Karina's here. Paula. I love it. Some of my 5cc members and some new folks too. Okay, we're going to do it again today. $100 graphic card. $100 gift card to Graphy Studio. I will be giving that away at the end of today's meeting, today's live event. And then on Friday, we are going to be giving away a Graphy Studio Go book, which is a slightly higher value than a gift card. So either way, you are making out like a bandit. So what do you have to do to get on the list in order to win this? Well, you need to go to our Facebook group here. Let me find it. Facebook, and you need to go ahead and register for the webinar event. So once you're in our Facebook group, which you guys all should be there now because that's what you're watching, go to events, and here where it says upcoming events, pivot and profit webinar registration, go in there and click join event. And then when you do that, that's going to redirect you to a page where you can sign up for our event. So just hit register now, fill out which date you want, either Tuesday, November 10th or Friday, November 13th. And that will put you into our list to be eligible for the Graphy Studio prize. So that's all you need to do. I will go ahead and take this link, and I'm going to pop it into the actual live that we're doing here now. So let me go to that. And then you guys on the event here. So I'll go ahead and pop that in there. And I'm sure that Chelsea will take it too. Matter of fact, I'll pop it into what we're doing now as well. There we go. It is there. So you can register, and you'll have until the end of this event, this live that we're talking about now, to register. And if you've registered in days past, you do not need to register again. So just keep that in mind. You're already on my list, and I will pick a random number and we will count down at the end of this live, and you could win a $100 Graphy Studio gift card. So like I said, Monday, we did identify yourself or revisit the brand. On Tuesday, we talked about researching different labs, which is yesterday. Today, we're talking all about your products. We are going to detail which products might work for your studio. Yesterday, you brainstormed that. Today, we're going to narrow it down further. And then tomorrow, when we build a hierarchy of products, what is a hierarchy, you ask? A hierarchy is when you create a series of products that increases in value and in price, but you create such that the client is tempted or incentivized to want to go up on the hierarchy and spend more with you. It's a pricing strategy and a product building strategy that helps get your sale higher and lets your product line speak for itself. So you're not having to do a hard sell with clients. You're simply getting to do kind of that soft selling because your products are doing the work for you. Then on day 5, we're going to talk about designing all these sessions or all these products and shooting for them, as well as ordering our samples, which is the very final step. So today, day 3, all about detailing your products. What will you carry? It's very important to narrow it down, but I want you to consider a few things. I want you to consider cost, perceived value to the client, the time it takes you to create the product, lead time. What is lead time? Lead time is how long it takes your print partner or lab to create and deliver it for you. And then it's all about whether or not it suits your brand and its uniqueness and desirability in your market. So those are the things we're going to talk about today. So first, let's talk about cost and perceived value. How expensive is the product and what will you have to charge for it? This is a very, very important question. Your cost should stay at least 25% or below the retail price that you charge for it, okay? So what that means is you're going to take the price of the product, you're going to divide it by what you want to charge for it, okay? So say, for example, I have a product that's $100 and I'm going to charge $1,000 for it. So I do 100 divided by 1,000, and that gets me 0.1 or a 10% cost of goods. That's a great profit margin, and that's the kind of thing we're going for. We want to keep that number at 25% or below, okay? The lower, the better. So some products are really cheap for you to buy, but you can charge a lot for them because the client considers it a higher end product or a higher perceived value. So that's the third question you ask. Does the client consider this product a high-end product? Does it look and feel expensive? In other words, does it have a high perceived value? Okay. Canvas over the years, gallery wrap canvas, some markets can sell it well and others have a really hard time. Canvas is something you can pretty much get anywhere now for a pretty cheap price. Like my clients can go to Costco and order themselves a gallery wrap canvas. Now, will it be as good a print quality? Of course not. Do you think they see that? Hell no. They have no idea. So the point is that I can't charge a lot for it because the product is a commodity. Everyone can get it anywhere. So people don't think it's really that valuable anymore, right? So and plus on top of that, it's an expensive product for me. Do I carry it? Yes, but I pad it. In other words, I only sell canvas with a product that is an extremely low cost for me, hence digital files, okay? So digital files, I can pad onto the cost of the canvas, and then that lowers the overall cost of good of the entire grouping of products together that the client is purchasing, right? So be wary of these products. Make sure you're going for the ones that are a high perceived value. Does it look and feel expensive, but have a really great price for you, the business owner? Ask yourself if the retail price is sustainable in your market with your brand, okay? So that's another question. It goes back to that same concept of the canvas. I can't charge a lot for canvas because people can go and buy it themselves, right? So this is where you have to really think about forming unique products and asking yourself, hey, does this product suit my brand? Is it an expensive high-end product if I'm going for a luxury market, right? Can you pair this product with others to reduce the overall costs? Just like I told you earlier, I pad the canvas with the digital files together. My digital files, the cost of goods on it is like 8 or 9%. So combine that with a 25% cost of good on the canvas, the overall package price versus what it costs me, I've lowered my cost down to below 20% now because I've padded the two products together. Make sense? The second thing you want to think about is the time aspects and the impact of that on your business. Uh-oh, what happened? There we go. There we go. Hit the wrong button. Live television. You gotta love it. So consider how long it takes you to design and create the product. Some albums are going to take a lot more time because there's labor-intensive design in it, and that is money. Time is money, and more hours means higher costs and longer lead times. Graphically designed products and albums take longer on your end to produce. So, how long does the lab take to produce and deliver the product? These are hours between when the client sees the images and receives the product. So, a valuable consideration in terms of heightened emotion. What do I mean by that? When the client sees the images for the first time, whether you're doing IPS or whatever, that's when the emotion with them is the highest. They're seeing the images for the first time. The desire to have those images in their hands is the highest. And whether or not they refer you after the fact means that they need to keep that heightened emotion between when they see the images and when they get the product. So the longer the time is between you taking the order, designing the product, turning it into the lab, getting it back from the lab, packaging it and delivering to your client, that is the time when the emotion begins to start to wane, and they're not as likely to refer you on the back end. Is it a huge deal? No, but it's something to think about as you're working with products. You really want to make sure that the time aspects and the impact of that on the client's emotions is not going to be too detrimental and the product is worth it, so to speak. All right, you guys following me? Everybody with me? Number 3, product uniqueness and brand alignment. We've been talking a lot about this, and this is where you're going to go back to your brand board that you built on Monday to determine, okay, I'm with this lab, I love this product, is it unique, and does it align with my brand? So let's talk about that. Ask yourself, can the client find and create this herself? If so, it's not that unique of a product. Does it mean you can't carry it? No, I just want you to be aware of the fact that she could probably create it cheaper herself. That means you have to up the level of service, customer appreciation, hand-holding, design. All that stuff needs to be much more integrated into your business because you're taking over that job for her and you're going to do it better than she could. And she needs to know that. Is the product popular in the consumer world? If it's popular, that again means it's not as unique, but that's not always true. So consider if it's popular, consider if it's a commodity. If it's a commodity, the client's going to demand the lowest price. If it's popular but hard to find, then all of a sudden you've got a product that's like, oh, she carries that, that's great. Ask yourself if you're going to add anything to it that's different. In other words, designing a product that's unique to you and your brand. For example, I have albums that put baby footprints in them. I have parents write a letter to their newborn baby, and we graphically design and integrate that into the album, okay? That is different for them, and it's something that they can't do because they don't have the eye, they can't see the graphic design, they don't understand how to pair fonts together, et cetera, et cetera. Ask yourself if it's something that the client has been exposed to before or not. This is why I love working with labs that are innovative and unique. Graphy Studio, they are trying to be very innovative. They listen to other photographers. They want to hear the new things that might make a different product that the consumer world hasn't seen before. That is new. It's an easy win. You put that into your studio and all of a sudden clients are going, I've never seen anything like that before. That is so beautiful and stunning. I need to have that, okay? Does the product have the wow factor? You know what I mean by this. You know when you get the wow factor in your heart and head. You know how sometimes when you look at an amazing image like in competition and it rolls around, you're just like, oh, wow, that's beautiful. That is the wow factor. And if you've got it with a product, chances are the client does too, okay? Does the product fit your brand? Go back to your brand board, look at the image and the mood board you have, feel the content there, and ask yourself, if I take this metal print into my brand, is it going to work? I happen to be a brand that thrives on non-shiny surfaces, okay? I tend to go for more matte surfaces, okay? Matte papers, fine art papers, matte canvas. The only shiny product I have in my studio is my metal prints. And honestly, I've kind of been, acrylic too. But the metal is a little far-fetched for me in my brand. So I offer it, but I haven't really sold it that much. So I'm considering taking metals off my price list because you know what? It just doesn't quite align with everything I'm doing in my brand. My brand has a comfortable, relaxed, modern feel, but the key is it's relaxed and clean. And that shiny metal hard surface is not a comfortable, relaxed, kick off your shoes on the living room kind of feeling. It's a modern look, okay? And yes, while my studio does have a modern feel to it, it's like a modern rustic feel. It's not quite modern, like glass furniture and black walls and sleek design and minimalist. It's not like that. Whereas a metal print might look amazing in that environment, okay? So I've waffled on a few products myself, and I'm cleaning up my own product line for 2021 to really make it align with who I am as a brand, which makes everything that much more cohesive, much more decisive, and attracts the client that I'm designing it to attract. Less is more. That's the biggest thing. Less product creates a high-end feeling. I want you to examine other high-end brands. Jewelry stores, clothing lines, high-end purses and bags. I mean, like, look at Hermès. Hermès is a French company, and they have the Burkett bag, which is a $20,000 purse. And this purse has maintained the same design and the same look overall for many, many years. And it is an incredible bag, and it's now a status symbol to own one. But it's a less is more thing. It's just that product that's their big statement product. What product can you have in your studio that is your statement product? It's the one your studio is known for. Do you see where I'm going with this? Because when you elevate something like that in your business, you're really creating this environment, attitude, feeling around your brand that makes clients want to use you because you stand out and you're different. And ultimately, as you develop that longevity with that, you become a status symbol yourself. So I want you to think about fewer products, finding a product that's really your statement piece in your studio. And I want you to understand that less cost with higher perceived value means a higher profit for each product. So I am always looking for products that cost me as little as possible, but have the most perceived value to the client. The client's going to look at that and go, that's going to be expensive. Because that makes my margins bigger. My cost of goods is lower, my profit margin is higher. Do you see that? So that's where I can really make a lot of money, are on these products that have reasonable costs for me, but incredible high-end value for the client, and I can charge appropriately for those to make them stand out and, of course, align with my brand. So here's our beginner versus advanced advice for this lesson today. If you're a beginner, don't carry the kitchen sink. I know the temptation. You look at all these lab sites and you're like, oh my God, there's so many products on there. I want it. I want them all. You don't have to carry the kitchen sink, okay? 2 to 3 unique products is way better than items you or your client can find anywhere. I would much rather you have just a few simple products that really stand out than trying to carry everything that your lab offers. The second piece of advice I'm going to tell you is keep your costs down. Look for products that offer a high-end look and feel at a good price, a price where you can charge and keep your cost of goods as low as possible. I love those products that are below 10% cost of goods. I'm like, yeah, baby, profit. Yeah, that's the feeling you want, okay? Don't just charge less for that product because you think to yourself, oh, I have to be at 20, 25%. Screw that. If you can be lower, make more money on it. Do you see what I'm saying? It's all about perceived value. Now, if you're on the advanced side where you already have a product line and you're just trying to tweak things and make it more unique, I want you to consider leveling up what you have. Add in graphic design, personalization, and interior design style that aligns with your brand to improve your products. Consider boutique items or add-ons. Consider combining products from two labs to make a unique offering. For example, during my baby plan, I took a album box from White House Custom Color and combined that with 3 signature books from Miller's to create a baby plan year-end product. So the client gets an album at each session, and then we provide them the box for free when they complete all 3 sessions that they can put all 3 albums in, and that is a volume of their first and second year that they can then use as a keepsake. And it forces the client to want to keep coming back in order to complete the entire product and get the box at the end, and it gives them something to work towards, and it gives you a reliable sale with that client every single time they come in your door. You know they're getting that album, and for me, they're also getting the files, because I do something called Create Your Own Collection, where they follow 2 steps. They do art, and then they do files, and that's a collection. So I know for a fact that when someone goes into that product at the very first baby plan session, I'm going to have a consistent sale with that client at every single session, and then they're going to want to come back for the box at the end, and it's a win-win for both of us. So if you already have a product line and you're more in the advanced stage, I want you to think about leveling up. What can you do to make your products more unique, more creative, more designed, and consider combining things with different labs to make your own unique product. One shoot, one product. This is the other bit of advice that I want you to just chew on a little bit in your head. Consider creating a new session line that has one product associated with it. For example, like a black and white children's line that only has float mount prints, and that product you have to do with that line. Like, you can't get that product unless you do a black and white specialty session. This is where you're really up-leveling and taking things to an advanced level, but it's also where you could be known for a specific product in your market and really stand out because of the uniqueness of your brand and what you're providing to clients. So today's exercise is all about outlining the album options that you want to carry and the wall options. Now, these are for the albums. I wouldn't do more than 2 or 3 albums at the most. Okay, keep it simple, stupid. I gave you an example there, okay, in terms of what you need to do for finish, customization, lead time, design hours, the cost. Is it branded? Is it desirable in your market, kind of thing? With wall options, I wouldn't necessarily put all your sizes in here. Just put down the different finishes that you want to carry and the general cost. Now, if you want to print this sheet over and over again and outline every single size so that you can get your costs in line, that's great too. But I would strongly suggest, like we talked about yesterday, opening an app like Excel spreadsheet or something and putting all your sizes in there in detail, and just using this as your basic overall just to get a feel for it. And then, of course, there's your specialty options, things like your holiday cards or birth announcements, mini books, little small things that you want to carry. I really only do these things as add-ons in my business. You can't buy them without buying a piece of art or digital files or something like that. So be judicious in your specialty options as well. Remember, an overwhelmed client is not a buying client. As a matter of fact, someone who can't make decisions and is overwhelmed is going to be a bad sale. You want this to be less is more, as clean as possible. Keep it simple, stupid. So if you want to fill out your worksheets and post them in the Facebook group, I will help and critique and talk about all these and give you some clarity and direction on where you should be going. Okay, so post those questions in progress in the Facebook group. And don't forget our free mini fast class next week on 2 different days. Pivot and profit, stand out in your market in 2021. I can't wait to see you all there. So sign up either in the Facebook group, like I showed you earlier, or in your workbook. Your challenge workbook has a link to sign up. And of course, if you've signed up and you're here today, you are eligible for the Agraffi prize. Okay, big announcement. 5 Carat Collective is open for enrollment. I decided to open a day early. It was open at 9 o'clock this morning. We already have members signing up. This is our online mastermind. It's a monthly membership that will help you grow your business and mindset. We get down and dirty when it comes to business. We are all about marketing, getting and tapping into your ideal client, about selling your work profitably, whether you're a digital model or a product-based model. It does not matter. I just want you to be profitable and make a living doing this thing that you love so much that you can stand out on your own and be independent of your partner or whatever, doing your business that you love. We have weekly live meetings, core content in both sales and marketing, and upcoming is systems in the next year, and so much more. We have social nights, we have our awards, we have our Ask Julia segments, we have our just random fun surprise segments, we have guest lecturers. It really is an all-encompassing place to learn business. And on top of that, you get rid of solopreneur syndrome in a heartbeat because everyone there is so loving and embracing. When you need help, you've got it. And I am in there literally every day helping people with their issues and problems. When you're a member, you are family, and I truly mean that in a lot of ways. And we will help you get through whatever you need help getting through. So your assignments for today: download the workbook in the, so that's either we've posted it here in the comments, and we've also posted it in the Facebook group. I know Chelsea was doing that today. And we also, you can get it in your emails when you sign up for the product challenge. So complete pages 32 to 34. Okay, get those worksheets done. Narrow down your products. Edit, edit, edit. Keep it simple and lovely. Less is more. And always be thinking about how your low cost and high dollar is always the way I say it. So you want to consider the fact that you need products that are reasonable in cost to you, reasonable delivery time, and that have high perceived value to your clients. So those are products that you can charge a lot for. They're not a commodity, they're unique. And your clients go, wow, that's worth the money because it's so beautiful. And yet you sit here and go, yeah, it only cost me this, and I'm making a lot of money off you today. That's the feeling you want. When they leave out the door, most of my packages, my Create Your Own Collection package, run in the 10 to 12, maybe 15% cost of goods margin. So if someone has a $1,000 sale, I am easily making probably $850 off that sale, minimum. And so having that profit margin is the most freeing thing because it makes you realize that your business is actually feeding your family. And that's a huge sense of independence, freedom, and relief. Biggest of all is the relief. Okay, we have lots of fun comments. I am going to go through and answer a few questions. We're keeping it somewhat short today. I love that everybody's from all these amazing places. Thank you for posting here in the comments. I really love, and I read every single one. Blanca asked, by branded, do you mean that it has your logo or name on it? No, not at all. I'm saying it feels like your business. It feels like your style. When someone looks at the product, they go, oh yeah, that makes sense that Julia would carry something like that. No, it doesn't mean having the logo on it. And that's a really good question. It means, okay, I carry torn edge watercolor prints. I carry beautiful acrylics and canvas. I carry products that make sense for my brand, but my canvas is framed canvas only, or it's Graphy Studios canvas. I'll go grab it real quick. Hang on. So these are the only two canvases that I carry. You can either do gallery wrap with a float frame. So this, I'll just take it out of here so you can kind of see. So I have a float frame, and this one's obviously not attached because it's a sample, but normally you attach it back here with clips. And this is a float framed canvas, okay? It's a way of doing gallery wrap canvas that's really different, but much more high end, okay? And then there's the graphy canvases. The graphy canvases have these gorgeous solid edges, and when you touch it, it feels like leather. It's so soft. And they fold it around the edge. It's a very unique way of doing a gallery type canvas, and this does not need to be framed. Clients can order this in numerous colors, and so this is a unique way of doing it that my clients are like, oh, that's different. Okay, I'll go for that. Now, it may not be the most unique product in the world, but it's a lot better than just ordering, you know, a simple 3/4 inch gallery wrap canvas from your lab versus, you know, this. It's different, very different. The back is all clean, beautiful. So there's a big difference between these two products and a different perceived value, yet their cost is very close, very close. So that's where I go, I got your number. It's unique and it's branded, but I can charge a lot more for this than I can that without a frame. Make sense? So that's what I mean by branded. It's got to look and feel and behave like your business. My business has a very strong feel to it. You guys, as my students, have a strong feeling about what I do compared to other educators, right? I'm different than other educators you work with. I have a different feel, different personality, different way of doing things, different way of communicating. That all incites a feeling in you as a student. Well, your clients feel the same way about you versus another photographer. And so my products have to feel like that too. You look at my workbooks, you look at how I dress for these lives even. I mean, I'm dressed for my brand, right? So you have a feeling about me educating you, correct? Well, your clients feel the same way about your business versus someone else. And what is that feeling you want to provide? So this is why we go back to our brand board. And when we're looking at a product, we go, does this look like it would go into my brand board? Like, would this product actually look like I could take a picture of it and put it in my brand board? You betcha. Absolutely. Absolutely, as I like to say. Okay? Good question, though, Blanca. Okay, let's see here. What if we need to switch days? Kathleen, go ahead and just register for the other day if you need to switch. And it'll pop you in as that. You might get double emails from me. But if you want to send me a private email so I can remove you from that other one, we can do that too. Okay? Alicia, I don't remember if I registered, so I just did it again. That's fine, no worries. You won't get double emails if you registered for the same day again. So Patty says, for example, the client do it for themselves example would be an ornament or a card. Yes. So ask yourself, if you want to carry these products, how can you make those products so different and personalized to them that they can't do it themselves? And my Christmas cards are a great example of this. I create custom cards for my clients that have to do with their year and what happened with them. They're not going to get that at Minted or Tiny Prints. They can't. And it's a lot more money, but it's also incredibly unique, incredibly customized. Does it like tire me out every year because I'm doing so many damn Christmas cards? You betcha. But I charge appropriately for it. Okay. My design fee for this is $250 plus the cost of the cards, plus they have to do a session, plus they have to get an art piece and the files. So I usually end up with $2,000 or $3,000 orders when it comes to cards because I'm selling this other stuff on top of doing the custom card with it. And that makes it worth my time. Again, time is money. Time is valuable. It lowers my cost of goods when I pad it with other products. There is no way you can come into my studio, do a shoot for a Christmas card, and walk out with just a Christmas card. Hell no. That is not profitable to me. Make sense? All right. Jenna says, today's lesson is so helpful. I'm so glad. That's awesome. Thank you for saying that, Jenna. I really do appreciate the feedback. Anytime. Patty says, this is such great information. I'm upping my product line so I can get my studio averages higher. And this is the way to do it, Patty. It does take some more thought, and you have to really start getting unique and creative. But I want you to go to stores. I want you to go to interior designers. I want you to talk to people and say, what's out there? What's trending in wall art? And it doesn't have to be pictures. It can be paintings. How are they being framed? What are people putting on their walls? And just get this information because it sparks ideas. Those of you who are in 5cc, I was talking to Becky. Becky is a mentoring student. Say hi, Becky. Hi. Becky is in 5cc, and she came hang out with me for 3 days to mentor. But 5cc members, I want you to confirm this for me because Becky and I were talking about it this morning. When you are with other people who can, like whether you're interviewing an interior designer, like just go call an interior designer and say, hey, I'm a photographer in town and I'd love to talk to you about what trends are happening in wall art these days. What are you installing in people's homes? I'm trying to research so I can start my own product line that gets my photography in this same kind of artistic line. They'd be happy to talk to you. They love talking about their trade. But when you start getting ideas from people who are outside your inner circle, it sparks your own creativity. And you start to go, oh, so-and-so is doing that over there in that market. I should try it in my market, but I'm going to put this little spin on it because my clients already love this. What if I combine the two? Ooh, that would be great. Okay? So by talking to other people outside your circle, whether it be an interior designer you call up or going to a furniture store and seeing how things are displayed, it's gonna spark new, fresh ideas that don't come from our vendors and that don't come from what you're already doing. It's gonna spark your mind. That's what 5cc is all about. Everybody kind of gets together and sparks each other's mind, and we go, oh my God, I'm gonna try that in my market, but I'm gonna do it like this. And it's a fabulous thing because it keeps you stimulated and it keeps you excited about what you're doing and eager to try new things, which is what keeps us motivated and going and happy and excited about what we do and ready to get up every day without groaning and moaning. You know what I mean? Without burnout. Okay. Let's see. Candace said, I love the one session, one product idea. It is a good one. I have a couple of those, and I haven't pushed them hard, so they're not super sellers, but everybody who comes in loves it. And I have clients who are like, oh, it's time to do that. My kid's 5. We need to go back to Julia and do that. It really is great for repeat business. So it's something I suggest for people who are already have a product line and are more advanced than for beginners. So you guys are so cute. Jessica, 5cc is the best. Candace, 5cc is amazing. Lavana, love 5cc. Robin says, I love the one product also. It is, and I can't tell you, it's going to elevate you. And if you're known for that one product, Catherine, yay, 5cc changed my life. It's amazing. I'm so glad. Look at this. Anna, yay, I'm in 5cc and can't wait to level up. Christina, if you're on the fence, just do it. 5cc is amazing. Oh my God, you guys are so sweet. Oh my God. We were just talking about that. Becky just asked, how much did my work change in a year? A lot. We were just looking at her website this morning and I'm like, Becky, you need to change your images. They are not you anymore. And she's like, yeah, I know. And then she showed me her new website and I'm like, damn, that's the work I wanted to see. Good girl. Jamie's like, yay, I can't wait to meet the new members. And yes, when you do join, I think not next Friday, but the following Friday, we're having a meet and greet, old members and new. So you'll be able to come on live with me like here and I'll see all your faces and we get to meet each other and talk and say hello and learn more about you. It's really fun. Lavana, Julia, how many clones do you have running around? She needs them. She has none. She's so cute. She goes, well, Beth is here. I don't have any. I'm just me. And that's the thing is I run my portrait business on my own. Beth assists me with sessions and Tiffany comes in and does orders once in a while, but pretty much it's me. And I want you guys to know that it's possible to run a portrait business on your own without help. Not only do I do that, but I also run 5cc and do all this stuff with you guys. So it is entirely possible. It's just a matter of systemizing and getting efficient. And of course, 5cc is all about that as well. And it says, yay, I just signed up. I can't wait. I'm so excited, Anna, that you're going to be there. I can't wait to meet you. Come to our first live, okay? Courtney, do it. Courtney, love you. She's so sweet. Courtney has been battling breast cancer all year, and all of us in 5cc are behind her 1,000%, loving on her as much as we can. Allison says, it's so true. Such a great place to learn as well as give and get support. Love 5cc. Thank you, Allison. I appreciate it. Oh my God. Should I just keep posting all these? Kathleen, love 5cc. Rebecca says she didn't get an email with the workbook. Oh no. Okay. Rebecca, I think Chelsea posted the link to the workbook in the comments here. So if you just scroll back, she'll probably do it again. Chelsea, would you mind doing that again? Chelsea is my VA. She's in Arizona. And so she helps me remotely to do some things with 5cc, and that's about it. Okay. Courtney says, best thing I have done for my business is 5cc. I love that. You guys are so cute. Tania, am I pronouncing that right? Tania, I hope I am. Just joined 5cc and can't wait to keep learning and working towards success. I'm so glad, Tania. If I'm hashing your name, would you please just rip me a new one and say, Julia, that's wrong, and give me phonetic? That would be fabulous. I'll try to remember it. Awesome. Thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate that. Okay. Valerie asks, where are the float frame frames for the canvas? Bay Photo has a great float frame line, so I would recommend them. I use a wholesaler that only caters to retail studios, so just keep that in mind, Larson Jewel. But yeah, you can get them from Bay Photo. They're a little more expensive, but they still have gorgeous frames. I would definitely recommend Bay Photo for that. Same thing. Eva, I think it's Eva. Yes, I remember from last time. Am I saying that right, Eva? Same answer to that question. And Lorette, looks like Loretta asked it too. Perfect. Okay, there we go. So did Patty. Kay. So let's see. Kay asks, Nova Scotia photographer, welcome. I love my Canadian friends. We have lots of Canadians, by the way, in 5cc. 11 years married and still learned so much this week. 11 years in, and I still learned so much this week. I've spent the last 3 days revamping my brand and doing my social media, and I'm so excited. I'm due to give birth in 5 weeks. Oh my goodness, congratulations. So this is my time to sit back and focus on coming back in 2021 rebranded. So happy. Yes. Do you know if you're having a boy or a girl? Do you know? Will you write it down, Kay? That's so exciting. Will you please post pictures in the Facebook group so we can all cheer? That's congratulations. I don't know if it's your first or your fifth, but it's the best journey. It really is. It's amazing. Catherine says the Graphic Canvas Pro is out of this world. When I first opened my package with one in it, I nearly cried on how beautiful they are. And when you say that, Catherine, chances are your client is saying that too, right? Viviana, I cannot wait to order my first Canvas Pro. Jenna from the other side of the U.S., Connecticut. It's my 13th year in business. You go, girl. Rockin' sauce. I love that. Let's see. Louisa, what's your feeling on sizes of products? Big isn't always better or more expensive, especially for clients who don't have a lot of wall space. And Louisa, you make an incredible point, and I love this comment because I truly do believe that you can create an incredible high-end business by branding in your head and in your business that small is the new big. So doing small high-end products for really expensive rates, I think is totally doable and something that's incredibly unique. So do that. Really, but you're going to have to search out those really beautiful high-end products that are small. But I agree, in certain markets like Los Angeles, where people don't really have a lot of wall space, they, their houses are like windows and glass and on the beach and that kind of thing. It's tough. So definitely recommend thinking along that line. And if you're going to make that part of your brand, really commit to it. Okay. Where is the thick print block from? Tamia, that is Graphy Studio, and that is their Canvas Pro line. Okay. All right. Thanks for answering. Catherine answered. Thank you for answering, Catherine. Okay. Eva says, you're amazing. How does someone become so focused and so productive? Let's just put it this way. I drop a lot of balls, a lot of them. Not everything gets done. Yeah, I fail more times than I succeed. Let's put it that way. But I think it's the way my mindset and the way I look at failure. I look at failure as growth and learning rather than something that's negative against me. It's a tough road. And like this week, I tried to plan my 5cc launch around my move because I'm moving into my new house on Saturday, and we were supposed to move in like the end of September. And so I moved the 5cc launch. Well, of course, it's a Murphy's Law. It's happening all at once. And I am overwhelmed. Like, I am seriously, I was telling Becky, I'm burnt out. I'm overwhelmed. I just want to be done. I'm just like, my child is in homeschooling, and it is seriously too much. It's too much. And so that's why I just decided, you know what? I'm going to scale back the launch on 5cc. I'm just going to do 2 classes next week instead of 3. I'm opening cart today rather than next week. I'm going to close it the end of next week. And I'm just going to breathe at that point. I want it done. And I love my students, and people who want to get in, great. And I needed to open. But at the same time, I'm not going to kill myself to make something happen that is just bad timing. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's important to recognize where your limits are and where your bandwidth is. And we talk a lot about this in 5cc, about not extending beyond your bandwidth and keeping yourself in the right mental space. That 2020 has been a crap year when it comes to mindset. A lot of us are lacking motivation. I've been there, oh God, more times than I can count. I just want to give up and quit. I'm arguing with my husband more because of the stress. I'm wading through the changing market and the way consumers think and trying to like get into that and meld into that. And it's exhausting. It's exhausting. Mental fatigue, I think, is what it is. And I think it's just super important to be able to recognize that and go, you know what? It's okay. And I can only do what I can do. And if, my product line doesn't get out on January 1, so be it. It's okay. I'm still moving in that direction. Small, tiny steps forward still are forward progress, right? You may not get where you thought you wanted to be, but you're still making tiny forward progress. Eventually, you will get there. And that's why in 5cc, we have these Do the Work Wednesdays. Every other Wednesday, we get together on Zoom, and we sit there in silence and work. I mean, it seems really stupid, and you're like, really? That's kind of dorky. It is dorky. But you know what? All of us get so much done because we are committed to showing up on Wednesday mornings, and for 2 hours, we work on something that is not an immediate need. So we work on a website. We work on a marketing campaign. We work on a new product line or pricing. We work on these big picture projects that have been hanging over our head for months, and we make slow progress forward to get those things done. If we have a question, we ask in the chat box. People can talk to me, get my advice. It's like, it's so nice to just sit there in silence with my friends and students. And I've gotten more work done in those few months that we started doing Do the Work Wednesday. And it's been a really simple and almost silly thing that's ended up being one of the most valuable parts of 5cc, which seems really stupid, but I can't even tell you how much I get done just by showing up to Do the Work Wednesday. Okay, let's see. Jessica says, everyone always wants digitals, probably because I have them priced so low. I'm just struggling in my market to find people willing to pay for my work. Jessica, that is a marketing problem, a marketing and a branding problem. And for me to fully evaluate it, I would have to look at your website. I would have to look at pricing. I would have to look at the way you customer serve. I would have to look at your systems. There's the business is more than just, hey, these are my images. Do you like them? It's so much more than that. It's all these different points on the circle that all have to lift up together. And if one point is falling down or more than one point is falling down, clients are going to go, okay, well, you look like everyone else and there's nothing special about you, so why should I pay your prices? So there's where you have to have a rude awakening with yourself and you go, okay, does my work look like everyone else? Do I need to up level? Do I need to learn more skills? Do I need to make myself more unique? Always run away from what everyone else is doing. That is my biggest advice. If you want to make it in this industry, you have to run away like Forrest Gump away from what every other competitor in your market is doing. Only then will you begin to stand out and be different, and will clients take notice? I know that's a harsh reality, but I don't sugarcoat anything. And so look at yourself hard. And I have no idea, Jessica, I haven't seen your work, but ask yourself and have a hard self-talk about it. Not in a negative way. Don't beat yourself up or be self-critical, but in an objective like, yeah, I kind of do look like Susie Q down the street. I should probably change. And use it as a learning experience to grow and become better and more unique. Okay? Tamia says, I love your enthusiasm, Julia. You're so inspiring. Thank you, Tamia. I appreciate it. I hope I'm saying your name right. God, these beautiful names, and I feel like I'm hacking them. Carla says, that is why I like 5cc. I can learn to collaborate with other photographers from other markets. Love it. April says, exactly. 5cc is the best. Thank you, April. Loved having you so far. Karita, does Graphy take orders if you don't have a VAT number yet? Does anyone know? I don't know because I don't have a VAT number and I order. Becky, do you know? Yeah, and I don't live in Europe, so I don't know for sure. But you know what? Call Graphy Europe, and they will probably answer that for you. Excellent. Okay, Sherry says, what with the one product, do you then upsell other things? Yes, exactly. I do upsell I do upsell, but not always. And that's where the pre-consultation comes in. With a good pre-consult, you can get someone to do a series or a gallery rather than just one art product. But here's the thing. I'm a busy mom with a career, 2 businesses, a husband who has his own business. We are busy, busy people. So for me, if I'm only selling one art product and the files, I'm a happy camper. As long as I'm making my average sale. My average is right around 2,000 now. It used to be around 1,000, and now it's slowly climbed up over the years to around 2,000 per client. And typically they order 1 to 2 products at the most, but I'm only having to make 1 or 2 products. I don't have to fulfill an order that's got like 15 or 20 products in it. Time suck. Oh, I only have to order 1, and I'm still making all the money I want. Yes. Win, right? Winning. Courtney Kofer says hi, by the way, Becky. She says hi. Eva says 5cc is the best place. Great support, feels like family. It does. Thank you, dear. Lorraine, did you say 12 to 15% COGS? Yes. Every single package, my Create a Collection has at the most a 15% cost of goods with my clients. I'm all about profit, baby. I want to make money. I deserve it. I've been working hard. My time is valuable. My skill set is valuable. And the education that I have earned over 15 years of doing this is worth a fee. Combine that with the brand, and it works. Jamie says, I'm scared about making all these samples because my work is always changing and growing. And you know what, Jamie? That's a legitimate concern. It is a legitimate concern. So if that's the case, set aside that 10% sample budget so that you can refresh your samples every year. I know it's a pain, but once you find your style and you really meld into what you love to shoot, that will slow down. It will. Alenka, 5cc is the best and best thing that happened to my business for sure. Thank you, Alenka. I appreciate that. I need to like get video testimonials from all you guys because you're amazing. Catherine, Julia Keller, check your email in 5cc. There's a surprise waiting. Ooh, I will, Catherine. Thank you. I can't wait. I will. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love surprises. That's awesome. Kelly, I'm super new to 5cc, and so far everyone has been so welcoming, and I'm so grateful to grow with the community. We're so happy to have you, Kelly. We met Kelly yesterday when we dove deep into the product challenge, and she's so sweet. I can't wait to see where your business goes, honey. It's gonna be amazing. Yvette, I just now joined 5cc. Yay! Woo! Welcome, dear. Welcome, welcome. Come to the meet and greet next Friday, okay? Or it might be Thursday. I don't remember when I put it down, but anyway. Please do, because we would love to meet you and get to know you a little better. Eva says, I can't believe all you do and that you do it all to perfection. Oh, honey, thank you. I don't. Thank you. I will take that as a gift. Take compliments as a gift. Thank you for the gift. It's hard to accept sometimes, isn't it? All right. Let's see. Tina says, yes, you did. Alenka, I'm starting my day with 5cc messages, run through educational content during the day, and turn to them for support in the evening. Dang, Alenka, love you. Ideal student right there. Oh, cute. Okay, there's so many comments here. I'm not sure I can get all to all them. We have Becky is here for newborn and business mentoring, and we have a baby coming in at 1 o'clock. So I'll need to get off here pretty soon so we can work with baby, but we'll do some behind the scenes stuff so you guys can see it. Be super fun. Kay says, I will definitely post pics when she is born. Thank you, and can't wait to join 5cc this week. Oh, Kay, I'm so happy for you. We have Shannon Arney is one of our students who just went on maternity leave, and she's due in like 5 or 6 weeks too. So we have a couple of you who are gonna have babies. Like, so I wish I could come photograph you guys. That would be so amazing. Julia, I need some help on mood boards. Your advice would be indispensable. I'll post in 5cc for details. Perfect, Alenka. I'd be happy to help you. Just understand Becky's here, so she takes my time this week, but I will try to get in tonight and give you some feedback. And if I can't, just be patient with me, okay? All right. Jenna says, love and appreciate the honesty about this crazy time in our lives. It is. Jenna, I can't tell you like how depressed I've been. There's been times, and I even like hop on in 5cc and I'll do like an impromptu live where I just hop in because I need to like talk to my friends. And I will seriously be in such a mood, and they just lift me up. It is the most beautiful thing, but God, I don't know how people run a business on their own. It is so, God, I want to cry. It is so hard to do this by yourself. Like, who do you talk to? You know, your husband or husbands and wives, they don't, I mean, my husband's a total dummy when it comes to photography business. I mean, oh, okay, great, honey, that's fabulous. Really? You just want to roll your eyes at them, right, Becky? Does Ed do anything?
He just acknowledges and then says, I'm working and I'm really, really busy right now, but that sounds great.
Yeah, he's like, oh, that sounds great. I mean, you guys know what I'm saying, right? Like, your significant others have a hard time getting it. And so I don't even know. And I've had my sister for years and a couple of friends, but I rely on them so heavily. I just don't know how I would do it if it weren't for my peers and the people.
ICC has totally sunk in for Ed, though, because I listen to it in the office and our desks are like parallel to each other, so he hears it all the time. So it's slowly like,
Ed, I don't know if you guys can hear Becky because my microphone is tuned to be close up here, but she basically said that she has 5cc on all the time, so Ed knows my voice a little too intimately. And all the friends on 5cc. Anyway. Okay, Alicia, let's get to this. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is a question or not because I'm kind of reading on the fly here. Alicia, by the way, I love your profile picture. It's so cute. Being in the military and moving often, my walls don't stay the same and things tend to get damaged. We're currently in a very open floor plan, and so wall space is limited. I hear you when you say small is the new big. I used to push lots of big because I do love big, but my wheels are turning on how to please my fellow military families and determine the best products for a transient lifestyle. Lots of ideas. I thought my pricing and product list was all set up for next year, but I'm headed back to the drawing board after all of this information. That is fabulous, Alicia. And you know what, guys? I mean, let's think for a second. We are creative people, right? We love making images. I love making images. But when you start to have a tangible product line in your business, you start to realize how creative you can get in that arena too. And that arena is so varied and delicious with paper and color and texture and design. And like, it's a whole new world for us to learn creatively. And that in turn opens up our mind to creating better images that work with the products we're trying to create. Does that make sense? So here's something that I emphasize so much in 5cc. Your images are not your product. I know that seems like, what the F, Julia? My images are not my product. No, it's your images, what you shoot with, that click of your camera is one tiny fraction of what you do. It's one tiny fraction of what you sell. You sell the memory and the emotion that went into making that image. You sell the product, the end result, the tangible result of what's created with that image. You sell the experience of what your client is receiving in terms of the joy, the emotion, the feeling they have during the session. That's what they go back to when they look at the image. They don't go back to you clicking the shutter and, oh, that's a great image. They go back to, oh, that was so fun. And oh, my kid was so sweet that day, or a little shit, and I love the image anyway. Like, it's always something. And yes, your images are your product, but it's such a tiny fraction of it. Such a tiny fraction. And if I can get that into your head, that it's a bigger picture thought process, that it's a global service you're selling, and not just the click of your shutter, not just the file, not just that image. It's what can be done with that image and how that image makes your client feel. That's what you sell. So we can use products to amplify that feeling, right? To make things feel even more intense and more beautiful, more connected, more emotional, more love. There is a 65% higher emotional reaction to touching and holding something than there is to swiping. It's proven, university research. Think about that. So when you think about that, you go, God, I need a tangible product line. Even just pulling out a proof box at the client session, at the ordering appointment, and pulling out the proofs and handing to them. Like, I can't talk to my clients. They're in this little weird space bubble. They're like, oh, they can't even focus on me because they're so emotionally involved with like handling the prints. It's an incredible sales tool. Simple things. And I'm not saying here, oh, you should buy this because this is fabulous and I'm going to give you a great deal. I'm not a hard salesperson. It's all about softness, lightness, emotion, happiness. And that's what you want your clients walking out the door with, right? Yeah. Good, great, Alicia. I think you should be definitely going for the small. You could even specialize in albums if you wanted to, and do small luxury albums all the way up to 10 by 10, 13 by 9 albums. And you could completely specialize in that and make that your signature product. Wouldn't that be cool? Signature product as a military family, to have this collection and this journal of images. That's what I would do. Robin, you need a spa day. Yes. I need a spa day. Yes. Okay, I gotta get going here, you guys. I wish I could answer. Yes, this is the thick block again. It's canvas on the front, Tamia. And it's like this beautiful, hard, soft touch on the side. It's absolutely stunning. I wholeheartedly endorse that product. It is beautiful. Okay. Alinka, I love these special Wednesdays. Do the work Wednesday. Can we have one next week, please? Possibly. Let me see where I'm at. But yeah, you guys can do it anytime you want, as long as you don't mind if I don't show up. I'll put it in there. I just may not show up. I'll put that a caveat in there. Okay, you guys. Let's see, Jennifer. Big question. I think this will be my last one. Then we gotta award the prize here. Okay. How important is as a website? I don't have one. How badly do I need that as a priority? Jennifer? That is priority number 1. Before you do anything else, seriously, get yourself a beautiful website. I use Showit, and now a bunch of my students are moving over to Showit because Showit is amazing. It's about $25 a month, but that is the best money you will ever spend. Why? Because your website is your storefront window. It is what the first, usually, not always, but typically the first experience that a cold client has with you. And that cold client gets an incredible impression of who you are as a business and a brand by just looking at that website for the first 7 seconds. 7 seconds you have to capture her attention. And you can't do that always with a referral. You can't do that with a display somewhere. People have to see you multiple times. You cannot do that with a Facebook page. No way. And the only reason that people are going to book you if you don't have a website is if you're cheap. It's total like reality check, me being cracking the whip. And I tell this to my 5cc people. I mean, Hello, she can vouch for me. How important is a website?
I haven't done mine over in the last couple of years because I've had so much.
Come closer because we can't hear you. The microphone isn't very strong over there.
I haven't redone mine in a couple of years because I've had so much going on with having 3 little kids under in 3 years, and so my website suffered, and it was just I need to redo it, and it's almost done.
And it's so much better. It's amazing.
It's gonna be so much better.
It will be so much better.
And now I have to build another one.
I just told her she has to build another one today. But anyway, no, seriously, my sister revamped her website just this last year. Her inquiries went up 100%. 100%. She doubled her inquiries simply by changing and updating her website. JennyMasonPhotography.com if you want to go check it out. Okay? Yes, it is all ready to make. I wish I could answer all these questions. I've got a client coming, you guys. Let's do our drawing here. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my account here and look at all you fabulous people who have done the, let me filter you out, who have registered for the webinar. So has a tag, has any tag, webinar, 5cc fall webinar. Hang on, everybody's talking here. There we go. And apply this filter. Now I need random.org, random number generator. And we have 150 people today on the list. 150. Generate a random number. 31 today. Let's count number 31. So that's 25 on a page. Next page. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31. Yvette Foster. Are you here? Yvette Foster. Are you here? Let me know in the comments, and you win a $100 gift card to Graphy. Yvette Foster. Is she here? Yvette. If not, I'm going to do another random number generator. 102. Yvette Foster, she's here. Yes. Yvette, you have won a $100 Graphy Studio gift card. Congratulations, sweetheart. She's very excited. Yes. Yay. I'm here. Woohoo. Good job, Yvette. I'm so happy for you. We got you. I'm here. I'm going to take your email. I'm assuming that the email I have for you, Yvette at YvetteFoster.com, is correct. I'm assuming that that's correct. And yeah, congratulations, sweetheart. I'm so happy for you. She said, thank you. You're so welcome, my dear. Blow the horn. Oh, yes. We got to get the full on. Woohoo! You win. I didn't use any of the sound effects today. I should have. I totally forgot about it. We can do the DJ early. Or the glockenspiel. Party noise maker. And the triangle. I like the applause. Right? It is the light bulb moment. Maybe I'll use it more tomorrow. Anyway, thanks you guys so much. I really did not intend to be on here an hour. I can't believe that I do, but that's okay. I love talking to you guys, and I love the feedback and the questions, and the engagement is amazing. My assistant's getting antsy. Gotta go. Okay, you guys. Love to you all. Congratulations, Yvette. I'm going to send your email to Graphy Studio, and they should be contacting you with a gift card. Okay. Love to you all. Watch the recording, and I'll see you tomorrow when we talk about product hierarchy, getting that incentive to get those clients to want to spend more. Woohoo, exciting. Love you all. Bye.